I mean, what did you expect to just live happily ever after? Whew. Hey y'all, Major Dream here, and I felt I've been asked to do a commentary on what's going on right now. The Megan Markle, or Duchess of Sussex, and Oprah Winfrey and Prince Harry interview. Well, I definitely have my thoughts on it, but first and foremost, I just want to, say these are just my opinions. My heart goes out to all of those who are seeking support, both mentally and emotionally, especially when it comes to being pregnant and and how much of the stress can really deal with a baby's development. I mean, these things are very important, so I don't take any of this stuff lightly. And so, with that being said, give me one second. All right. Well, and I know, so I don't take any of that lightly. And but one of the things that I think that was taken lightly was the the impact that that family in England has on the world, and not just on the world itself, but on the psyche of the world. And Meghan Markle, that family is directly linked to how you feel about your skin tone, how the United States feels about skin tone, how the Latin Americans feel about skin tone, how Indians feel about skin tone. That family directly is the impetus of that. One of the families, one of those royal families. Hold up, I think Papoyo's outside. Popes, you went outside? Oh, look. Oh, so you were just out there in the rain, you little ragamuffin. Okay. Yeah. Look at you. Look at you. What did you? Yo, wet. Wet ragamuffin. Wet ragamuffin, Popo, yo. Oh man. So yeah, they are directly linked to how people feel about themselves, by being involved in one of the major scourges on, Western civilization, and that is slavery and the slave trade. So they are pretty. The hands aren't clean. Let's say that. So, with that being said, walking into that family, walking into that life, definitely, I'm sure, at least from an outsider, now, would be something that I would think about. Like, I'm like, wait, hold up, this is real. But take this into all types of consideration, because you have to factor in so many other things. Because Meghan Markle is, I believe, she's Canadian. I hope she's Canadian. Canadian, Toronto, maybe Canadian, and I know from being up there that it's a very cosmopolitan place. Many ethnicities live with each other. I'm Jamaican, so they have a huge Caribbean population. And Jamaica, for instance, is an international cosmopolitan island where many different races or ethnicities and nationalities have called, lived together and come to one nationality, which is Jamaican, similar to Toronto. So many people say that they're from Toronto, but they have a different view of people and the world. That's so much nicer up there. You know, just kind of in general, in because they deal with people and the social fabric of their existence. They really are. They take interest in. You know, so they look at people differently. They don't look at people as much, at least from living in the United States, seeing the difference where the haves and the have-nots and so forth and so on. Now I'm not saying that it's not that way in Canada. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, people in Canada, it seems as if they don't see color as a thing, right? Not as much as they do in the United States. So let's state that. So Meghan Markle comes from this. So I could see how she could probably think that, oh, well, you know, and not necessarily be as militant to think this. So I could see that. But still, I don't absolve her from not knowing it. Now, then she goes to Hollywood, and she is in one of was my favorite shows at that point, and this is how I knew her, and which is why I initially thought that this was all a friggin' joke. I was like, oh, she's doing a movie with Harry? Like, wait, hold up, what? They're dating? Really? What? Like, it was crazy. But you go to Hollywood and you are on a popular show in that's seen all over white America, Suits. And look, I loved Meghan Markle. I thought she was so cute. I always rooted for her character. I was definitely her champion. Me and an ex-girlfriend actually got into an argument because I chose Meghan's side on the show. And she just, like, literally, like, it didn't make sense to me because Megan's role, she was a character on television. My girl was a real live human being, 5'9", 140, you know, fit, just gorgeous. And I'm looking at her like steaming because this woman that I think is attractive on television, but also her character shows that she has a mind that I agree with. This woman, oh yeah, man, it was like a 2-3 day type of like, I was like, what? Well, because I wasn't giving that up either. Because I was like, yo, what's wrong with you? That just, anyhow. So now she goes and she's working on Suits. And she's this character. And now she starts to date a prince. Now, granted, Harry has the best prince job all, right? He gets to do all the fun stuff without any of the responsibilities. So if you're gonna be a prince, that's the prince that you want. Now, you got all of this sprinkling going on. So now they're dating. I'm sure at this point, the family was just looking at it like Harry's sowing his royal oats. It's all good. Do your thing. Meanwhile, Meghan, this is all my thoughts. And then, you know, we'll talk about the interview. But I'm sure Meghan, she lives in Hollywood. She's in a bubble. So she's the crown darling. So this idea of she's kind of like a princess kind of thing. I'm sure all young girls follow that Disney vibe. So all of this was just a fantasy to her. So here she gets in, and then he actually, I don't understand like really how it happened, type of stuff. Their love story, but I'm not mad at Harry, not at all, and I'm not mad at her. But this, but now let's fast forward 4 years, and now they're talking to Oprah about what went down in the house. Now, first of all, keep all family business inside, right? Nobody likes the dirt, you know what I mean? So keep that business inside. Handle that. So right now, everybody's in uproar because they're talking, they're yapping. You know what I mean? They're yapping. And it's like, what did you kind of expect, right? That's what we say. And I'm like, well, if you think about it before, these people are going into it, they probably didn't expect that because they didn't see themselves as that. Yeah, my mom's is black, but she's a queen. Like she's regal. Like she handles herself right. You know what I'm saying? Pops, I don't know, but I'm a little like, the little frog princess that turned into like a real princess. So let me live this life. And I'm sure she feels that she deserves it, because every little girl wants to be a princess, right? So, and Harry, he's just that dude, man. He's his mom's kid, so he definitely wasn't really gonna be the traditional dude any which way. So this falls well within what he's on and what he's about. So they get married. Now, they're talking to Oprah about things that, at least in my view, Oprah should already know. All right? So is this something that Oprah and Gail kind of do? Like wow, like their thing is like, all right, we're gonna like do some oddball shit when we interview people, right? Because for me, at this point, it doesn't even talk about Megan and Harry anymore. It's just all about how Oprah is like, wait, what? They asked about his skin color? Oh my God, what? Clutching her pearls. It was just like, yo, really? That can't really be. Yep. What's going on here, people? Do we really think that we live in a post-racial world, especially from the family who made the most of calling, black and brown people savages and ungodly? You know what I mean? Like, come on. This woman, what are they worth? 31 trillion? Some shit like that? Like, she owns, come on, B. I can't buy it. And, and the thing is, these interviews, there's the interviewer, there's the interviewee, there's the director, there's the editor, you know what I mean? And then you see, like, look, the story is not tragic at all. So everyone really needs to kind of get a grip, all right? It's sad that, when people want to get help, that the media can hold these so-called powerful people so captive within the grand like story, because we view you and your position as such. This is the way you always have to be and act. It's so asinine to think that one can be beheld or beholden to a narrative that just doesn't serve justice and we still view them as powerful, right? So you have to act like the queen. Because Megan, like one of the things Megan was like saying was like, yo, she didn't even know how to address the queen. She just thought this queen shit is just, oh, it's just his grandma. It's just his grandma. Lady, what is, like, come on. Like, and this is what I'm talking about. So when you go from bubble to bubble to bubble, and then you want to complain about what life is, it's not going to be so easy for everybody just to be, all right, you're a victim. And then Oprah feels in with the, oh my gosh, I can't believe that these royals would ever question. Oprah, they told you in Europe, in Paris, in France, which I know, fuck the French, totally get it. Even though my Wild in the Moon loves, definitely that's my heart. Okay, so Paris, but I get it. Over there it gets rough. Motherfuckers told Oprah, get the fuck out of the store. We're locked. We can't bring you in it. Like, you know European culture, especially old culture, right? So to act so surprised and shocked that they would ask this about their grandbaby. Like, we show white, everybody, look how everybody looks in the family. They're inbred, right? So they're trying to keep the bloodline pure, right? In their lines, right? So now you bring in a very fair-skinned black woman, and with a ginger, and you're going to, yes, they're going to ask and wonder, what skin color, how dark is the baby going to be? What is that going to look like for all of us? Because we had generations of everybody looking the same. Now here we go. Like, how could everyone act like this question is so out of bounds? Right? Is it because the time that we're in? So is this a made up controversy? Because I know this much. I'm Jamaican. And trust me, and this goes back to what I'm talking about. The colorism shit is real. Like, so my family will ask the same thing. Yo, the boy, it's what about it? Like, these are questions that grandparents ask, and of that age, and they got some old ass people in that damn family. So I don't really see the outrage. I can see what people are trying to make it, and I get it. But I just don't feel that it needs to really be what people are harping on when there's so many other things. For instance, not letting a woman get friggin' help. Not letting her get help when she's pregnant. She's talking about suicide. She's thinking about suicide. And I'm like, really? Only after a year or two in the damn family thinking about suicide? Like, come on, B. Like, women need to go through some struggle, right? So really kind of what I'm seeing right here is one, families are fucked up, right? That's just granted. Try being a friggin' in a Jamaican family and not be Jamaican. You know what I mean? Like, people always cross you. Like, there was so many things. Like shoot, in my family there was tons of drama if the other family don't like you. Like me personally. Man. I never had baby mama drama, but I definitely had drama where the family didn't like my choice, and they let it be known, froze her out. You know what I mean? Like, families can be very protective, very, very protective, and very secretive. So I don't think that all of this is really just so out of bounds. But what they're trying to say, because the royal family is so secretive. Well, these people are talking out. And look, let's not diminish the fact that this family could kill them. The family could get them killed, right? Doubt that will happen, but they've already cut them off, right? They've cut them off, and now everyone who wants to stay in good graces of the Queen is gonna kind of, go around them. But so what? They're talking to Oprah. They're gonna have tell-all books. Freaking Harry, Megan's doing voiceover work. You know what I mean? Like, come on, who's gonna tell Harry no? Because Harry's still super famous. Super famous. He's Diane's son. He's the ginger. He's the one dancing in Africa and Jamaica. Like, he's the one like that's out there. Like, William is the one that's trapped. Like, William is the one that looks like he's poor guy. You know? Oh man. Yeah, man, but this interview got everybody just wild, and I'm really looking at it like, guys, we can't be surprised. Like, so I think it's the time that has just went on. So you got a guy like Trump that really kind of riled everybody up over the last couple of years. So now every situation, is focusing more on cancel culture. And so now what are we going to do? Cancel the Queen? How are you going to cancel the Queen? How is that, huh? That can't happen. So what? All right. I'm sure she's sorry that it all came out like that. And I'm sure, like, she wasn't just throwing shade. I mean, she probably could have been overtly the other way, been like, look, show her love. I'm showing her love. Y'all show her love. She could have been like that, but, she's also old, like, and they got pride, y'all old, cantankerous people. You know what I mean? So I don't really see because it's like, oh, I'm mad these old people aren't changing their ways because we got the grandkid. That should fix racial harmony. We're having what's that, biracial baby? Well, she's like a quarter black or something like that. But either which way, did we think that was going to mend, like, centuries of mindset? Like, this is not a Disney. This is not a Disney show. This is not a Disney situation, people. It's not at all. Nah. So I'm like, please, just at this stage and point, it's for me, it's a little pomp and circumstance, in a sense of like the castaway, family. And I get it. It's a big Game of Thrones-y. Like, I look, I'm here talking about it, right? So, but it wasn't like I had to kind of get caught up on it because I just have my feelings about the just the staging. Because the thing is, if you just tell the story without trying to make it feel so grandiose and big, that right there will get people. I mean, it doesn't have to be a produced situation. They're two of the most famous people in the world. Like, just say you're talking to them, everybody's gonna listen. So it doesn't have to be on some like you're selling it. Like, I'm feeling acty. You're feeling acty to me. Oprah's feeling staged. Harry, I fucks with Harry. I always fucks with Harry. So he's good. And I mean, he's keeping his wife right. Because the thing is this, she asked him, she's like, look, if this didn't come out, would you bounce on your family? He's like, no. Why would I? I didn't have a reason to see this. Or I didn't have a reason to act out on it. Why? I'm too far in. But why? But now that I've married a woman that has gotten me to see the light, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm bouncing. So that goes to show. Because remember this, if nobody cares about them, they have no power. So somebody stepping away, and obviously they have, he wasn't the first person to walk away from the royal family. Not at all. Not at all. Not the first person at all. But he's definitely the first person in this day and age, in this manner, with this wife, with this much access, going into this type of future, with all of this information. Because it's not like he doesn't have tons of info. So, yeah. And you know, if you're watching this, I mean, the Queen actually had some clapback, but she responded and she's like, look, we'll handle all of this stuff privately. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means if when she says privately, it means like, you know, big long table family dinner, coming to the throne room or what. Because, you know, a lot of us, we think Game of Thrones stuff, like, because like you're coming in, you know, like what the heck is going to go down privately? It's like, all right, who said it? Oh, all right, let's give y'all some bread. Oh, okay, because the thing is this, what the royal family doesn't want is scandal, right? So as you get more and more conservative or more and more closure, every little thing seems like it's tremendous, right? So that's why this little story or a story like this is tremendous, because I'm like, do they just feel like people are just gonna change? You know, how are you gonna change? How are you gonna pivot and you're the Titanic? How are you gonna pivot? Yeah, there's a little iceberg coming up. Oh, well, there's a big one. Like, it takes time. Not just one little Archie and you know, her next pregnancy. I mean, she's gonna need to pop out about 6 kids. Yeah, six ones that all know the story. She's gonna need to pop out about 6 kids. She's gonna need to just be a baby making machine right now, you know? What is the go now? Yeah, man. She's yeah, man, like, so really what I'm trying to say here is the surprise and the pomp and the circumstance. Like, none of this is very surprising for me. None of this is shocking. No pearls are being clutched. It's just family at the end of the day. Everybody has them. And I'm sure the whole royal family wasn't like that. I'm sure it wasn't. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just that people didn't want to become public. You know, and Megan could not understand that, right? Because she is the darling over here, you know. She's from a top show. You know, she has an interracial relationship on the show, so she's that girl. Haven't they seen my show? Like, I really want to know that. Like if she felt like they should have seen her show. You know, because it's a funny thing about celebrity here in the United States. Like, they actually feel like they are some type of royalty. So I wonder if that was a little bit cold and stunning to her too. Like, if that was shocking. You know, because for some reason, Megan seems like that type of a person. Some reason she seems like that. Like, you know, and maybe because she plays like a lawyer on TV or paralegal or something. Yeah, it just feels that way. And if so, I totally wish I had the Ebro button. Because I'll be like, you played yourself. You know, 100%, man. You know, yeah, I just feel that there was a bit of, and I don't know, again, I don't know, this is just my feel, because even just looking at the interview, you know, I felt like there was some type of like hubris, you know, some type of, you know, like I am on, because the thing is this, outside of us just being humans and stuff, I mean, like she's not on Harry's level. She's not, right? She's not bred for this. You can't just come see my grandma because she's the fucking Queen of England. You know what I mean? Come on, you can't just come and see my grandma and act like she's just my grandma. Like, didn't you do your research? So there was a level of disrespect that she was, and just because she didn't do the work. She didn't do the work. So I'm thinking a lot of it is that too. So again, I don't feel fully as they are like fully warranted, you know what I mean? Like because I know that outside, because I think it's lazy for us just to feel like, okay, she's black. I mean, it wouldn't be far-fetched, but I do think it's still just a lazy assumption that, oh, she's just black. And so they're acting like this because she's black. I don't feel that it's fully that. You know, I think that the fear of all of their business coming out and them starting to lose because they have one little crack fissure, so much more can happen, right? So this right here is that crack and fissure. So people are sitting and salivating because, you know, it's the House of Windsor, it's the Queen of England, right? So a lot of people are trying to like tear down that monarchy. Plus, it's only right. They raped and pillaged the world for so friggin' long, you know. So let's see what happens. But if this begins the whole process, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen because you have to wonder what will buy them off. Because they can do anything, right? They can do anything. So what can buy them off? They already did the interview. So the interview was supposed to hold their family ransom to bring them back in, so they can negotiate what they want. Is that what the deal is supposed to be? Because now what's supposed to happen? They're supposed to feel different. They're supposed to change the way the world sees them. Or is this because the Queen already said that you and Archie are always going to be family? I mean, she put that down in writing. So they want the title back. They want to feel like they're royal. That's what it wants. So she wants her queenship, right? Like she wants her place in that palace. That's what she's fighting for. You know, so it's really funny just to kind of watch it play out. And again, you know, I mean, the conversations have to go in all different ways to really have a good conversation, because my question is like, why does she feel that she deserves this space? Why? That's the biggest thing. Like, what is she in there trying to do? You know? So, because she can just be a spectacle. It could just be spectacle. Like, they can allow it and just be like, that's just a blip, you know, on the radar. We'll keep it white and right. Or is this supposed to open up, is this supposed to open up something else? You know, like what's the next step to this? You know, like what's supposed to go on now? Harry ain't leaving the family. You know what I mean? This is to pressure Harry to leave her. But Harry's holding tight, so now they're gonna meet privately. What's gonna happen after that? That is, I mean, remains to be seen. Let's see. I'm just saying, Oprah, do not act like you don't know this family. You know what I mean? Like, they have a long history. They got a long history of this. Long history of this. So come on, stop clutching your pearls. Stop making people feel that oh, I mean, the level of trying to like humanize these folks, is interesting, to say the least. And to watch them be like looked at as so mysterious for so long, and now the veil is being lifted. It's very interesting, trust me. It has us all kind of glued. So let's see how long this thing is going to go out, because they have the media on their side, right? There's people that make so much money off of just having access to the palace. So they're already bringing out, like, you got Piers Morgan and those cats over there, like, wilding out, really nervous and upset about the whole thing, because this little black girl has gotten her arms around the prince. And now, little black girls everywhere, are like, they are feeling their power. Because don't get me wrong, no matter what I'm saying, Megan Markle is a black woman. And don't get these black women upset, because she will eat your lunch. Because that's what's going on right now. She will eat your lunch. Because no matter if this ends up just them getting their title back and operating like William and Kate, because by all rights, in terms of just them, yeah. Because if William dies, like, Harry is it. So to have him just be given up, it's like, we want to stop all of this so that way this doesn't happen. Because if something happens to William, Harry's going to step in, and his queen is going to be Meghan. So that's what they're trying to stop. That's why they're making all of these moves. So it's just like, yo, that's wrong, which is right. But this is their family, and they can do anything in their family. Like, the problem is, it's like, it's the Queen of England, right? It's still a family. So what's the deal? And that's what's going on, man. I mean, so we all got weird families. We all got wild uncles. We all got wild grandparents, great grandparents. They came up at a different time. The world is changing. Culture is changing. Power is shifting. People are learning, and it's not the easiest thing. So, with that being said, Oprah, you did a good job, girl. Just please reduce that fake drama. I'm like, come on, man. Let's not try to act like. Anyhow, I've said that already. So, I hope everything works out for them. I'm sure it will. They're good. So, but little girls out there, understand who actually is the story. You know what I mean? Who tells the story? Who writes the story? They don't live happily ever after. That's not how it goes. Everything takes work. Everything takes work. They don't live happily ever after. So know that. That's all cartoons. That's all fake stuff. This is real life. Sometimes your family doesn't have to like you. Sometimes your family makes their living off of making your life an issue, making your life a problem. And there's a whole lot of money at stake here. So, hey, well, let y'all know. I mean, as a Jamaican, You know, the Queen is still our monarch, and I would like for them to use some of that 31 trillion that they have to help the islands that they have ravaged and have taken people, culture, resources, economy, um, aspirations, and so much more. They've taken so much more from our islands. So if you're going to have that private conversation with Harry and Meghan, it should also involve some sort of reparations to all of these friggin' lives that you guys have affected. So until next time, y'all, be good, do good, stay fly, and leave these Walt Disney fantasies alone. You know, be your own king, be your own queen, create your own kingdom with the people who you love, and stop these friggin' fantasies and clutching your pearls. What?